everyone, welcome back. It's Larry again. Today I'm doing a blonde ale made with Glacier and Saaz hops. Now it's springtime here, it's the end of April, and I tend to like to do lighter beers this time of year for the springtime. Sort of a lawnmower beer, I call them. And you know, I alternate between different styles. A lot of times I'll do a Belgian wit style beer like my Larry Garden recipe, which I've done a video on. Also other types of blonde ales with different types of hops. So this time I'm doing a blonde ale with Glacier and Saaz hops in it. And I'm doing this usually because we throw parties in the springtime. I usually throw an Armed Forces Day party, which we're not having this year due to a conflict. But instead, I'm going to throw another party called Eat, Drink, and Be Merry. I was going to call it Eat, Drink, and Be Larry, but no one wants to be me, right? So anyway, so if you want to see this video, keep watching. This is going to be, from this point going forward in these homebrewing videos, I have actually done a lot of legwork already. If you haven't seen my homebrewing basics video series about how to do basic home brewing, I did that about a year ago with the intent that going forward with these new videos I wouldn't have to spend a half hour doing a beer video showing the full step-by-step process every single time when it's like 95% the same every time. So what I did was these home brewing basic video series last year, and so I'm going to refer back to those throughout the video if necessary as a refresher, and hopefully these videos going forward will be much shorter. So my grain bill for this beer is pretty simple. About 9 pounds of pale malt 2-row, about a half pound each of crystal malt and Munich malt, both lighter in color because it is a blonde ale. I'm trying to achieve a light color to it, so just a 10 Lovibond and a 10 to 15 Lovibond malts, and for a total of 10 pounds of grain. Now my hop bill and schedule is, like I said before, I have Glacier and Saaz. I have an ounce of each of these. So for my 60-minute point, I'm using all leaf hops this time. 60 minutes for Glacier at that alpha range, a half ounce of that. At 45 minutes, the other half of the ounce of Glacier. And then at the 10-minute mark, I'm going to throw in the entire ounce of Saaz. And that's going to be an estimated IBU of just under 20. So that's perfect for a blonde ale. My yeast is just the basic Yeast 1056 American Ale yeast. Very clean finishing yeast, just perfect for this kind of flavor profile for a nice, crisp, refreshing blonde ale. And here are all my ingredients ready to go, so let's get started. So now for my mash, my variables and steps here, I measured my grain temperature after I crushed it, and it came out about 65 degrees. It's a cool day today. I'm going to try to mash at 152 degrees today. My water to grist ratio is going to be 1.5 quarts per pound. And my strike water temperature is going to be 163.6, which is heating up right this very minute. Alright, let's check the strike water temperature. 163.6, 0.7.8. Wow, pretty close to my 163.6. So that's good. So let's get mashing. All right. So now I got my preheated mash tun ready to go. I'm going to put my 15 quarts of water in here along with my grain, 10 pounds of grain. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in first. 15. All right, let's check the mash temp here. We're getting up to about 150.5, 151. All right, hey, that's cool. It's within a degree of my target. It's fine with me. All right, so put the lid on it and let it mash. Now I'm just going to go ahead and use this whole liquid yeast pack for my yeast today. I didn't make a yeast starter, didn't have time, and I think the specific gravity of a blonde ale is low enough where you really don't need to make a yeast starter. These packets will be plenty fine, so I'm happy with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and crush the little pouch in there. Here we go. And we'll shake it up, and I'm going to just let this expand and rise throughout the day while I finish brewing my beer. Alright, so my mash is still mashing. And so in the meantime, I wanted to walk through what my next steps are for doing my batch sparge. So what I have here is my spreadsheet says I'm going to need 2 steps, 2 draining steps. So for my first step, I'm going to add initially 4.11 quarts of hot liquor or sparge water to my existing mash tun right here. Then I'm going to stir it up, boil off it to make it clear like I do in my home brewing basics videos, and I'm going to then drain it off. Now then, I'm going to add, for step 2, 14.11 quarts of sparge water again to the mash tun, stir it up, boil off it, and drain it. So those 2 steps combined should give me my estimated pre-boil volume of 6.74 gallons. So that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what we're shooting for. So let's get that going. Alright, hour's gone by. Let's go ahead and take a look at the mash. Oh, that looks really good. Oh, it smells good too. Oh man. Yeah, this is going to be a good beer, I think. Oh yeah. Alright. Moving on. 4. And let that sit for a minute. And there we are. Well, about 6 3/4 gallons, maybe just a tad high, but that's okay. I'm gonna boil this thing for 75 minutes, so I'm gonna evaporate much of this anyway. So, but that was my target, and I hit it just fine with extra work to spare, actually. Okay, my word's collected and it's starting to boil, so I'm going to start off at a boil time of 75 minutes. It's now starting to boil, as you can see, so this is my 75-minute mark, starting now. Alright, time to throw in my 60-minute hops, which is a ½ ounce of my Glacier hops. This is only a ½ ounce, it's 60 minutes. Throw that in there. And I'm going to stir it in. Oh man, does that smell good. Oh, I love brewing beer. Oh man. Now at the 45-minute mark, there is another ½ ounce of Glacier going in. Stir that in. Get a whiff of that. Oh man. Oh yeah, that is, oh. How can you not like brewing beer, man? I'm telling you, this is a hobby that I don't want to give up here. This is good. Now at the 15-minute mark, I'm going to throw in a Whirlflock tablet. If you have Irish moss, use that. I use that too sometimes. And then, because I'm going to chill this thing down in 15 minutes, I'm going to put my immersion chiller in here to sanitize. Just like that. Now finally at the 10-minute mark, I got my whole ounce of Saaz hops. I'm just going to throw that whole thing in there and stir it in. Alright. Time to turn it off. 0 times arrived. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and partially cover this with my sanitized lid. And I'm going to I'm going to turn on the immersion chiller and chill this thing down. Okay, brew day went just fine, other than the rain and cold outside here, but anyway, it's in the carboy, ready to ferment. I got it nice and aerated, and it's got a nice color to it too. So, well, I'm going to add some yeast to this and ferment it, and we'll come back in a couple weeks. And here's the final color. The yeast has settled out, and it's nice and clear. Now it's time to siphon to the keg. Alright, my blonde ale is ready to drink. Let's give it a look here, huh? Alright, it's a little foamy. Probably because I just tapped my jockey box, and the keg might have been a little bit shaken up coming up the stairs. But anyway, let's take a good look at this. And there's my blonde ale. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. You know, wipe the frost from outside the glass, the condensation. There you go. It's a nice color. Nice head, I like it. Let's have a taste. It's looking good. Alright. Oh man. Yeah, this is doing it for me. This is a good lawnmower beer. It's a warm day. It's about 85 degrees as a high today. So this is definitely a welcome, refreshing beer. Very light flavored, very drinkable. You drink a lot of these if they weren't so high in alcohol. I think it's probably about 5.5%. I think this was. I'm not sure now. But anyway, awesome beer. Good recipe. I'm not sure if I'll make any tweaks or not, but if I do, I'll do another video and I'll show those tweaks. But I think we have a winner here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out other videos on my YouTube channel and don't forget to subscribe.